you should have tracked more in the beginnings. Long, hard days have been an uphill battle for sure. A lot of people who are really successful say that they wish they would have tracked more. And if you want to know how to solve any problem, you need to... Long, hard day. It's still early. After never really tracking my progress, I heard somebody say you should have tracked more in the beginning. So I'm just here to track a little bit and to say that, you know, things have been an uphill battle for sure, but I think that eventually we'll hit the peak, the summit, and it's just going to be smooth sailing. Or I'm going to keep climbing a bigger and bigger hill, which if you look at it like that, it's like, you know, no hill ever ends. You always should be trying to grow and improve. So that's really the path I'm on. But all of these hills that I'm climbing now will look like little tiny moleholes or molehills eventually when I get above them. And that's the direction I'm heading. If you didn't see the video on fungal conchs, that's funny because there's one right there to the side of me. But you know, a lot of people who are really successful say that they wish they would have tracked more in the earlier years, because it's gonna be valuable. And it doesn't matter if it's valuable to anybody else, but if it's valuable to yourself, then that's all that really matters, right? What are you doing things for? You should be doing things for yourself. And if somebody else needs help, you should always try to help another person out. So that's what my whole life has been based on, is that I'm gonna find a problem and solve it, and I'll get some reward, whether it's financial or just a handshake or a good feeling down deep inside. By finding problems and solving problems, we're doing God's work. And that's kind of why we're here on earth, is to constantly find problems, because it's fun, y'all. It's fun finding problems and solving them, and it's really rewarding, more so than any monetary value could ever pay you for. So look for that problem. It could be your own personal problems. And if you want to know how to solve any problem, you need to break it down into manageable sizes. For me, I have a huge problem with my company, and it's me wasting money on my I won't call it it's not a byproduct. It's a well, here, I'll just show you. It's wood. Like, I'm an arborist. You know, I cut trees and stuff. I try to preserve and maintain trees. It's not our byproduct. It's because it's not a product. It's our waste, you know. So what I've been working on really is trying to turn the waste of the company into a product that I can market and sell towards my customers. And it's growing. Putting energy into it has definitely made more come out of it. So I'll tell you some things that I'm able to do in my small community. First one is, you know, we can sell our wood to a local pulp mill. And the next thing is this. We create mulch, you know. Mulch, we take the brush that you see piled up and stuff, we'll chip it in that and we'll turn it into mulch. And that's another product we're able to use. And anything that is good wood that can be used, that can't be chipped and can't be sold as pulp, we'll take those good logs and we'll turn them into firewood. So that's three things we do with our debris or our waste, and try to recycle and put back into the economy and the environment. Another thing that I would like to do is try to do more on the organic side of growing, like mushrooms and stuff like that, because I just see the activity of mushrooms here already. And then there's also worm castings or creating soil. Like, this was really muddy, so, you know, we spread the mulch out to take care of the mud, but it's breaking down and it's really nice and dark. And I saw worms. When it gets really wet, the worms come to the surface, and there's worms. It's almost to the level now, if I give this, I'd say in another year, this soil is going to be the richest soil that I've ever seen. And that is something that I think should be marketed as a product. So find a problem and try to find a way to solve that problem if possible. You know, so really I'm just tracking. That's all I'm doing, just track. track your progress and see where you're headed, and that way you can see where you came from when you get somewhere new. You know, you can see what the progress has been and kind of how you got there, because there's a lot of people and there's a lot of opportunities out there, and unfortunately the people who are successful, like my competition, who I look up to, you know, I want to know how they got there. You know, why can't I head that way? You know, why isn't that the way we should all head? Let's not be greedy. Let's share our information. And I just did this for anybody who may be in the arborist field. So that way, if they needed some inspiration, perhaps that could have inspired them. So I have another couple things that can be done with the wood, and I'm not currently doing them, so I didn't show them, but I'll tell you some idea. Pine. Pine is nice because it's straight. If you can get a mill, they're hard to get right now. I heard from somebody who bought a mill. I don't know if he was just saying that. But, you know, pine is a really good wood that you can save and mill. You know, that's perfectly straight, good wood. That's pretty much what you're buying when you go to the lumber yard and you get the cheap stuff. You can get pine. You can also cut the wood into smaller pieces. That's pecan. That can be sold for as you know, smoking wood. Hickory and pecan and a couple other varieties like black cherry are really desirable woods. Contact your local restaurants and see if they're interested in buying some of your wood, your barbecue joints. The soil, once it's created, we can create a new product, and that's trees. And I've been working on my nursery, because what also happens being in the arborist field is we're tasked with the job to remove trees. And sometimes those trees have monetary value, you know, sago palms, large pindo palms, European fan palms. Those are all real plants that I've salvaged from people that just wanted them gone. They wanted to do something new to freshen up their landscape. And I was able to take them and put them in some pots or put them in my own yard and extract the value out of those. So it's only natural to go that direction. If we're cutting and removing stuff, let's put stuff back. Growing from seed, you know, and this that's turning into soil, always, you know, we should use our own product in our plants and say, this is what our soil looks like, and this is how the trees grow in our soil. And so adding a little bit of something to your plate every day can really create a much bigger plate in the long run. So that's just my opinion, and appreciate y'all watching me rant about tracking. So hopefully y'all are tracking. Peace. I just want to say one thing. It's been 4 hours since I filmed that last segment, and if you just get out there and do some shit will happen. I've already cleaned up all of this area. All that wood's been split, stacked, ready to be sold for firewood, and I've chipped this whole pile of mulch, and that pile is probably like 60 yards. So if you want some shit to happen, you gotta gather and do some shit, guys. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. This is really as close as I can get to the bee colony without doing anything stupid. So.